Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope you're having a great evening. Some of you, anyway. Um, you saw the thumbnail and the title, and the past few years, I have noticed that a lot of younger people, not so much young, but younger, um, tend to look upon aging as something that's not part of life, and that's not a good thing. And I start out with embrace the wisdom and life of your elders because the wisdom will serve you well in the future, in your future. Sometimes you have in your lifetime you you lose a lot. You have a lot of failures, and you are looking at life with hindsight. And when you do that, you learn your lesson. You learn how to live because your elders have guided you and mentored you and told you. I know I personally, there was a song, some of you I know are not old enough to remember it, but it was called Mama Said There'd Be Days Like This. And the words that are deposited into your mind by your elders, into your heart, and into your soul do come up again when you're in situations that they're no longer around, but you need to garner and get all of that information and store it. You need to listen to them because we've been there. And sometimes we've learned through our own failures. Someone who has failed in some things can tell you a lot easier what not to do than someone who had smooth sailing. When someone is older, my age, I'm 74, when someone is older, we have looked back at our successes and our failures, and we've learned from them. We have learned, look back in hindsight, and saw our own missteps and things that we could have done differently. Now, I'm like this, and I believe that you as a person are the sum total of your experiences. And what you've been through makes you who you are today. When someone who is older warns you about something, you need to listen. But a lot of young people, like I was, we listen to some things and we don't listen to others. But the wisdom that we possess is the reason we're still around. By the grace of God, we're still here and we are living a decent, comfortable life. We have friends, family, and so on. Now, those who choose to ridicule age, pray that you are blessed to live to an old age. Um, one of my mothers, or my aunts, one of them, when I wouldn't wear a sweater when I was going outside, I didn't know what they meant by, taking that precaution. They said, you'll feel it when you're older. And they were right. I can still hear it. Every time the weather changes and that arthritis kicks in, I can hear, you'll feel it when you're older. But those who choose to ridicule older people simply because of their age, like I said, pray you get to be this age, and pray that you have a sound mind at this age. And I say ridicule, I mean like people calling people old bitch, old hag, um, you know. But a short time ago, maybe you turned 30, and before you could blink, you turn 40. Now, let's look at how this is in life. When you're when you're 20, you think 40 is old, 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 till you get there. And when you're 40, you think 60 is old, 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 till you get there. And the same with 70. You think that's really old until you get there. But your mind only ages with um, dementia or something of that nature. You still have the same mind, but now it's textured with wisdom, experience. And instead of going there, if you see a character flaw, do that. But old is not a character flaw. Being older is never a character flaw. Now, the other thing some people say, um, she should be doing crochet. She should be going to bingo. She should be asleep. Lady, go to bed. I ain't going. I have friends of all ages and family members of all ages. But my friends who are my age, um, some of them are screenwriters, um, Emmy nominated costume designers, still working hard, still doing what they love to do. Um, most of my friends my age, they go on cruises, they go on hikes, they do things, they have parties at their homes, they entertain guests, they go to dinner, they do a whole array of things. So I don't know where this idea, unless that's all you've seen, that someone who is in their 70s is supposed to be sitting at home doing crochet. I ain't doing crochet, and I know how. My mother did crochet, beautiful crochet. She stopped when she was like, I think, 50 or 60 because of arthritis, but she loved doing it. I'd prefer to play chess, quite frankly, and that's what I do. But I'm not going to do crochet. But you try to, um, your point of view regarding older people is one of ridicule. And you have parents, you have relatives, and I can guarantee you don't know everything that they're doing. You don't know everything you think you know because they don't tell you everything. But you would not want to call them an old bitch or old hag or say you need to go crochet. You have to embrace the wisdom that we have. And like most young people, you may not like it. And one thing that I tell my younger um, family members who are in all walks of life, I will tell them, when someone pulls the rug out from underneath them and they say, this happened, and I say, that's your fault. No one can pull the rug from underneath you if you don't stand on it. And they will pull the rug from underneath you and walk away. What you need to do is realize that you're standing on someone else's rug, walk around it. Don't rely on the fact that it may still be there because they will, when it gets pulled from under, what are you going to do? You're going to fall. So you have to always be prepared for that. And I think that's all I wanted to say about that. I think that throwing older people away, whether verbally or by actions, thoughts, or whatever, then you need to check yourself. And remember, the older person that you're addressing You have someone in your life who's the same age. How would you feel if someone was addressing the elders in your life in that manner? Look at it that way. And stop looking at aging as something bad. It's an accomplishment. And you'll get there before you know it if you're blessed to get there. Have a good evening. Bye.